Oh, two. It's your boy Ricky Levi.
Boy, 425,000.
Listen, man, check it out. So, boom. Unless you've been under a rock, hiding somewhere, ducked off, or maybe in prison,
Bikini bottom,
something. SpongeBob, man. I know you done heard about the whole Casey White and Vicky White.
It's going down.
Inmate in prison escaped with a guard in the county jail and broke up out of that bit. So, just to give y'all a quick backdrop, you know what I'm saying, a quick up to date, put y'all up to speed. You got your boy Casey White, right?
Yeah.
So back 2015-ish, that boy was out that bit thugging for real, you know what I'm saying, hitting licks, carjacking, burglary, and all type of stuff back in Alabama.
Spree.
Big time, back in Alabama.
Yeah.
2016, the
Career
officers,
criminal.
Big time, big time. 2016, the officers get a hold of that boy, you know what I'm saying, and lock him up for attempted murder, I want to say robbery, and like 7 more other charges that he also caught, and he got jammed up for that, but they gave that boy 75 years in the slum in Alabama, you know what I'm saying?
You might always say life on top of life.
He done with, he finished with, he pretty much know he ain't getting out, you know what I'm saying? So boom, while he locked up in Donaldson Corrections Facility in Alabama, in Jefferson County in Alabama, he come out and confess and say, hey man, I also stabbed a lady, a 59-year-old, once her name was Connie something. He stabbed and killed her. So he said he stabbed and killed her back in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So they had to, what's it called, extradite that boy?
And I don't think he is convicted right now.
Nah, he ain't convicted for that yet.
Of that, yeah.
He just confessed to it while he was housed at the prison in Alabama in like 2020. He did that confession.
Plotting and planning.
Plotting and planning. What we think he plotting and planning, but so he gets sent over to Fort Lauderdale County Jail to get, I guess, called rearranged.
Yeah.
To get convicted of this charge and to go whatever fight this charge. But when he get there, officers find out he already had a plan to try to take a hostage at that prison and escape somehow. Cause when they pat him down, they found a poke on him.
Yeah, he got the shank on him.
They found the shank, so the officers like, oh hell no, send this motherfucker back to where he belong at. We ain't dealing with that shit here in Fort Lauderdale County Jail.
And when that was?
That was 2020.
Okay.
So they ship him back to Donaldson Correctional back in Alabama. But no matter what, they still gotta charge him for this confessed murder, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So boom, back in February 25th, 2022, this year as we speak, he gets shipped back to that county jail to go to trial and stuff. And while he's waiting trial in this county jail, that's when he meet the chick, Vicky White. She's an assistant director of corrections in the Fort Lauderdale. She's like a top CO in that mother, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he meet her and inmates and other officers start noticing that she was giving him special treatment.
Yeah.
While he was locked up in the county jail fighting his charge.
It was establishing a relationship is what they call it in the chain gang. For real. You get shipped to another camp for this type of stuff.
So for the ones that don't know what special treatment is, it's kind of like she might give you extra food, let you do the most, and kind of just let you hang and swing while you're in there without you never getting in trouble. She might give them cigarettes.
You might get in a fight. She might weigh that to the side instead of taking you to the box.
And when you the man like that with officer that high up, you can actually walk to, hey man, I don't want this dude in this dorm to move him. You know what I'm saying? Like that inmate really get a lot of authority. Like he could actually run this dorm or whatever he at. He could run that spot because as long as he got an officer on his team like that, it's a wrap.
It might be knocking it down, whatever.
So a lot of things I've been hearing about was, oh, this lady was dumb, this lady was crazy, how she start messing with an inmate and start giving her special treatment, whatnot. But what they don't understand is some of these officers got real mental problems, you feel me? And these inmates know how to... Definitely, exactly. And these inmates know how to prowl on that. Don't get me wrong, prisons and jails is a place for losers, but not everybody in there is considered a loser. Some of these dudes be kind of sauced up, juiced up, kind of fresh, and she was what, 56 years old, no kids, and she's a widow.
And he's in his 30s. Yeah, I think he's like 38 or something.
He's a young buck, huh?
Yeah.
So she got some young. Ooh. So this is speculation from
20
us.
years younger.
It's a lot younger.
Giving her some attention.
Don't think, oh, tell him.
So what happened is, somehow, some way, they established a little relationship, they catch feelings, and how that happens is, I done seen it plenty times being incarcerated, he done seen it plenty times being incarcerated.
Yeah.
The prey are the officers that it's a female officer that look like Ric Flair. You know what I'm saying? They look like they wrestlers. Some of them built real big body, linebackers, and they prey on them. Why? Because they have low self-esteem. So like, all they doing is giving them attention. All they doing is listening to them because they complaining. Why? Because a lot of officers take their problems from the streets to the chain gang, to the jails. And they'll take it out on inmates. But if inmates are smart enough to say, it's going to be okay, I don't know what you're going through right now, but you're going to make it through it and finesse them. And start telling them what they want to hear, like you're going to be okay, you're smarter than that, you're more beautiful than that. And I'm talking about put that in their ear, then these females start looking at them dudes a different way. Because dudes ain't never treat them like this on the street, so they finally come across, you know what I'm saying? They're like, hey man, and they telling them it's all about relatability, right? So they like, I've been an outcast my whole life. I never had no one to really care for me, and she feeling the same way.
Loving it, she loving it.
So she eating it up. They build a relationship, connections. Now it's, hey, I caught 75 years in Alabama. I just confessed to this murder. But he might be finessing her like, I really did it just to escape. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't really kill this chick. Ain't no telling what he telling her.
And all she know is this is like the perfect man for her.
Yeah.
But how can they have a relationship while he locked up and she free? So she don't want this man in here like that. She want to really probably make this man a life partner. You gotta understand, this lady was staying with her mom, even though she had a house. Her husband died because she's a widow. She got no kids. I don't know the lady like that.
Are you for certain that's what it said?
It said she was staying with her mom.
No.
Because she sold the house, then moved with her mom. Take that back.
And she sold the house for over 100,000
90,000.
less.
Oh, yeah.
Less than what the value of that property was, like $235,000. She sold it for like $95,000. And then moved in with her mama for like a couple weeks before the great escape.
She was staying by herself. So
Yeah.
she was so. And go back to the lonely factor. She was staying by herself, so now she got this dude, which with inmates, while you in prison, we feel like we don't get no attention. So when we got a female giving us attention, we feed into that too. You know what I'm saying?
It is a level of vulnerability.
We start telling them everything, talking to them. And sometimes I really do feel like inmates do fall in love with these officers at that time. Because feelings are feelings. A lot of them
This don't just happen with officers. If my homeboy got a girlfriend and she got a friend that nobody wants, no one ever treated special, hey man, just tell her I want to be friends. And then y'all start chopping it up.
It's top. She got his undivided attention and he got her undivided attention. Yeah. And that's all a lot of folks want, especially people who got low self-esteem. And
It's natural. It's a human instinct. It's human, like literally nature. Our nature to want to feel appreciated, to want to feel significant, to want to feel important. Yeah. So when you finally come across someone that's giving you what your mind, your emotions, what everything is going up inside of you, and life is hard, and you've been out here lonely, and you got a person that really look into you and believe in you and make you feel confident about yourself and telling you everything you want to hear that you wanted to hear since you was a kid, like all types of. It starts building strong relationships. I mean, that's just how all relationships are. You know what I'm saying?
I can't say what her type was and what she was actually feeling, but I do know the beauty and the beast theory, which we're creating right now, is definitely true. She got this dude that the whole world see as a beast, a gangster, a killer. Look at the charges. Look what he banned for. He banned for attempted murder, robbery, and he's confessed to another murder. So everybody in this world who's watching this case, and man, he's a crazy psycho killer. But he's showing her a different side of him.
Yeah, for real.
Like he might be all these things, but not when I'm with you, babe. You know what I'm saying?
Gentle. And then the way he's portraying himself toward her might be convincing her like maybe he really didn't. You know what I'm saying? Because if he's saying I just told him I did that so I can escape. You know what I'm saying?
And even if he did these things, she probably still feel like, well, shit, that's my gangster. He ain't gonna do these things to me. Because he loves me and only me. That's really imaginary.
And he might do it to protect me.
So she might really be into that. So back to the story, they built this elaborate plan to escape, to get up out this, because she's trying to be with the love of her life. I don't know what his motives are. I know his motives is to get the hell up out of here for sure. But is he really planning on being with her? That part we don't really know. But shit, tell them how they got about that bit though.
So what happened was, she basically made up this false report saying, hey, I need to take him for a mental evaluation.
Snap.
Right? It's usually 2 officers, but she wrote it up for her to be by herself.
Snap.
Put him in the back of the patrol car. Drove to a shopping center where the night before she done put a little truck at that bit. You feel me?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, because she sold that house for the 90 racks to get all this money up to.
But the vehicle they got it, she put it in someone else's name.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So she been blocking.
So they end up getting in that vehicle. They take off. Man, these people get caught with pistols, guns. I mean, all types of $25,000, all types of stuff, bro. But they go on an 11-day running spree, escape spree,
You
right?
can travel for like 200 miles.
The first car break down in the middle of the road. So they end up somehow getting another truck. I want to say it was the F-150.
Okay.
Something happened to that truck. So they leave it at a car wash. They end up buying a Cadillac, but the marshals, the U.S. Marshals, are already picking up on everything, right? So they done started figuring out, because they're following people. When they left the car, the tow person that picked up the first car said, hey, I think I got this car. U.S. Marshals show up 2 hours later, say, yes, this is the vehicle. So they on their trail. They on their trail, you feel me? And then now hey, if you seen these people, we're offering 10 racks for this. If you just got a little bit of information, we'll give you 5 bands for that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And guess what happened? Someone dropped some information on them. Hey, I seen these people, they in the Cadillac, blah, 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 you feel me? They pull up, next thing you know, it's them. She got a wig, she come out with a wig.
Yeah, cause she was blonde. she was one of these colors, but she switched her hair on them. She
jump in the car, he jump in the car. As soon as they pull out the parking lot, them U.S. Marshals hit them lights behind them, pull over, they hit the gas, mash it on them, they floor it. The U.S. Marshals got to ram them off of the road, running to the side of the Cadillac, flip the vehicle in the ditch. They say, we don't know what happened. Self-inflicted wound. She killed herself, shot herself in the head, died that night in the hospital. I don't know. I wasn't there. They said he was screaming, save my wife, even though technically I guess they not married, but he was telling, hey, I didn't shoot her. She tried to, whatever the case may be, they had more guns, so maybe they was going to do a shootout. When he hit the side of the car, the gun went off. It could be all type of scenarios that's going on right now. It could be even more creative than that. And these people really had information on what was going on with the police, and the police didn't want them to find out. So they
these real deal conspiracy theories right here, man. On that right there. But that real though, like people be saying I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. She might not feel that way. Cause I can tell you right now, prison's a place I never want to ever be again in my life. And I probably might choose death before prison these days because I hate that spot. So she might have
not having that control.
She worked in there. She know how it was. She probably really felt like, man, I can't go to jail. I'm not built for that. And she probably did cure herself. You know what I'm saying? Protect herself.
Or he might have said, I can't let you ruin your life like this. Bang. She killed herself. Whatever, right?
And plus, she don't got no kid. I mean, we don't know their whole backstory, but we just know what we got, the facts that we got, and we just know love make you do some crazy things. And that love, when you get that type of love in prison, oh, it's crazy at that moment. You know what I'm saying?
And I done seen it go down in prison. I done seen an officer at FSP, right? West Unit. She ended up messing with an inmate. Let me tell you what happened.
I'm gonna tell a story, but we ain't finna say no officers' names because they still there. Let them hang and swing.
I don't know if she is though, but she not at FSP, but she might still be an officer at another camp, so I can't really spare her name because she might be smashing other inmates. Feel me?
And keep on smashing.
But check me out. She keep coming to work with black eyes, and they already keep saying like her husband be beating on her and stuff. Other officers is telling inmates her husband be beating on her, right? And she a little baddie, bro. She raw, you feel me? So like somehow, some way, the dorm that she in, one of the inmates get in her chest. Why? She's at the lowest point of her life, you know what I'm saying? The person that she married is whooping on her, you feel me?
I know exactly who you talking about now.
You know what I'm talking about?
Keep going.
So basically, he slide up into the, hey man, If you say go, it's go. I'll whoop him. And Buddy only, when they, I guess, first started the relationship, he only had like 6 months left.
Okay.
So they get real close. Hey man, he'll never put your hands on you in front of me. Bah, 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 bah. He telling her everything she need to hear. You feel me? And she end up giving him the cat. They smashing now. You know what I'm saying? It took it to a whole nother level. So he messed up about her. Like for real, the inmate, messed up about her to the point where he whooped the officer.
Okay, he was
an inmate. He whooped he a sergeant. Her husband a sergeant.
Exactly who you talking about.
He came to work. He came to work. The dude was, I guess, they was in the chow hall. She got into an argument with her husband in the chow hall while he was eating in there.
Remember think about this.
Second rec came. When they go to the rec yard, he get in the sergeant chest like, hey, they say you be beating your wife. He trying not to expose the relationship, everything that he know. He like, bro, I promise to you would never put your hands on a woman in front of me. The sergeant say, well, I'll whoop you right now. He said, on the strength of, ooh, I almost said her name.
Listen, I know who you is, woman. So if you trying to keep your job, hit me up on Facebook or Instagram and wire me $100. But I will settle out of court for two $15 Starbucks gift cards. You want one too, right?
Yeah,
2 of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna let her drink that.
Yeah, I drink them too.
I need that.
Alright.
Maybe a Chick-fil-A one too. You know what I'm talking about? So listen. So basically, he was like, man, I don't care what you talking about. Anybody talking about me, violation, and the officer, the sergeant said, I'll whoop you right now. And Buddy whooped that man on the rec yard. The officers had to get on him. You feel me?
Did he make it?
I don't know. The crazy part was, though, they ain't really whoop him. They grabbed him, put him in the headlock. They roughed him up, put him in handcuffs. But at FSP West Unit, they take it to the main unit.
Oh.
When you get in trouble in the main unit, it's death row.
Tell him about the main unit, boss. Been there, done that.
He know from personal experience. I know from personal experience. You don't want to go to the main unit.
Nah,
ain't
that's where the hanging
country,
but
cornbread fed.
But a lot of these officers at these these camps being these small towns and they real close knit. Mm-hmm. So maybe these officers might have knew what Buddy was doing this for.
Yeah.
And dude,
they probably felt like
handle that, bro.
He needed to get his.
Yeah, do that. We salute you for doing that. We thank you.
Cause that sergeant.
Thank you.
I mean, she literally had to wear shades, like big shades, because her eyes are black and swollen, man. You can see it through the shades, like, damn, like he boxing her for real. So
sad.
Yeah, and that's not the first time I've seen officers come down. Her husband, the sergeant too. This is why I'm at the main unit. Them was the ones that I was really smashing. Come down to the dorms. They gotta leave the building. The 2 population dorms are outside of the building.
Okay.
You feel me? She'll come down there. She'll leave her post where she work at and come down there. And punks like them 6s and stuff like that, man, they got so much.
Be careful because it's LGBTQ plus Pride Month, so we gotta be careful
but
with that.
I don't mean nothing disrespectful. I'm just, that's what they call them in the chain. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about that. You feel me? That's your lifestyle. That's your lifestyle.
Respect y'all do what y'all do, man.
You know what I'm saying? That's just what they call them in the chain. Don't try to cancel me. You know what I'm saying? So listen, especially when I say, hey, do your thing. If that's you, that's you.
Yeah,
You
right.
feel me? I don't care about that. So, basically, the punks be real close with the officers and punks be running a pound.
Yeah. Big time.
You
Big
feel
time.
me? Punk
Big
be running
time.
a pound,
But
bro.
we're gonna do a whole nother video about how the punk is from the pound. We're gonna do a whole video on that.
She come down there, she telling the punk, hey, tell Buddy, I'm sorry for this, I'm sorry for that, da, da, da. Bruh, it's like midnight on the weekend, bruh. So people are still up.
Hanging, swinging.
Looking at this punk going back and forth across the dorm from the officer to Buddy.
In the
dorm,
gotcha,
bruh.
Gotcha.
And
So
everybody already kind of felt like they had something going on.
Okay.
She just exposed it, because I guess Buddy said, I ain't messing with you no more. Buddy was on some white power type stuff, but her husband, the sergeant, black. So I guess he wasn't having it that, hey, you got to get rid of your husband, you feel me, if you want to be in a relationship. But guess what? I mean, physically wise, you know, she had some, she had a bump back there, you know. But like face wise,
Butterhead, huh?
I'm not trying to disrespect, cause women be beautiful, you know what I'm saying, from your personalities and stuff. But like, that's what inmates prey on.
Better believe
they prey on people with low self-esteem, with a whole bunch of insecurity. That's who these inmates majority prey on. You feel me?
All these officers be wanting is that attention.
But inmates want attention too.
Even
they don't
more.
care how the female look. Why? Because when you in prison, you around nothing but dudes. So when you get around a female officer, you want their attention. Because why? It's human nature to want to feel appreciated, important, and significant every time.
And you get worship. If you an inmate and you pull an officer, other inmates worship you. You the man. You got the sauce. You got the juice. And you got the pull and the power in this dorm.
And they like, hey man, tell her I got that sack. And she bring the sack and I'll break off bread, blah, this, all this other stuff. You know
And that was one of my tactics. I always found out the dude who really had the females in the jail, my boy. You know what I'm saying? I getting cool with
got
him.
these things out her.
But listen, being an Islamic, you gonna want some cheeseburger, pizza, homemade food, some real Fanta orange soda, cookies, and they gonna bring it to them. And just cause me and dog cool on the strength, you gonna bust down, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we're just keeping it real. Hey, man, that's the Casey White and, what her name was again? Vicky White.
Yeah.
That's their story. That's what we speculate what's going on. Once more of that story come to light, we're gonna bring more to y'all, man. Hey, man, y'all think successful or recidivism?
4 to 5,000.
Boy, Ricky Levi.